distances beyond the boundaries of routine linear measurements. Tulsidashi, a scholarly astronomer and astrologer, is narrating the valor of his intimate lord Hanumanji through devotional poetry. Let us clarify the facts first. The word jojan in this chaupai is a colloquial form of Sanskrit word jojan, a unit for measuring distance. A ready reference from this word jojan is available in the reliable source Wikipedia, as the length of a jojan varies depending on the different standards adopted by different Indian astronomers. In the Surya Siddhanta of the 5th century, for example, a jojan was equivalent to 5 miles, and the same was true for Aryabhata Abhyadita. However, by the time of Parmeshvara in the 14th century, the jojan was defined to be 1.5 times larger than it was in Aryabhata's time, thus being equivalent to about 8 miles. Some traditional Indian scholars give measurements between 13 kilometers and 16 kilometers, 8 to 10 miles or thereabouts. Alexander Cunningham, in the Ancient Geography of India, takes a jojan to mean 8 miles. On the other extreme, the height of Mount Meru is estimated to be between 100,000 yojan in Jain cosmology, where 1 yojan is given as 4,000 miles. If the length of a yojan is taken to be approximately 8 to 10 miles, 13 to 16 kilometers, like it was in later times, then its subsidiary measurements are as follows. 1 angula is 16 millimeters to 21 millimeters. 4 angula is 1 dharagara, a bow grip of 62 millimeters to 83 millimeters. 8 angula is equal to dhanu mushti, a fist with thumb raised, which is 125 millimeters to 167 millimeters. 12 angula is 1 vitavsti, which is a handspan, a distance between the tip of the thumb and the tip of the last finger when the palm is stretched, which is 188 millimeters to 250 millimeters. 2 vitasti is 1 aranti, a cubit, which is 375 mm to 500 mm. 4 aranti is 1 danda, which is 1.5 to 2 meters. 2 danda is 1 dhanu, 3 to 4 meters. 5 dhanu is 1 raju, 15 meters to 20 meters. 2 raju is 1 paridesha, 30 meters to 40 meters. 100 paridesha is 1 krosha, which is 3 kilometers to 4 kilometers. 4 krosha is 1 yojan, 13 kilometers to 16 kilometers. 1,000 yojan is 1 mahayojan, 13 yojan to 16 mahayojan. So, towards the end of the Kishkinda Kand of the Ramayana, while inspiring him to gather courage and go to Lanka in search of Sita, Jambavan narrates to Hanumanji the story of his birth and his childhood events. During your childhood, you saw a rising sun in a forest, and thinking it to be a fruit, you leapt up to seize it in the sky. O great ape, even after covering a distance of 300 yojan, you're not daunted by fiery sunbeams. For an academically orientated, it's interesting to note here that this distance of 300 yojan becomes thousands of yojan later in the Ramayana, in the Valmiki Ramayana, where it says, you travelled thousands of yojan crossing the sky in Uttarakhand. In conclusion, this chaupai describes Hanumanji's courageous, fearless and bold nature right from his childhood. Having understood the facts, an inquisitive mind still wonders, Hanumanji being an incarnation of Lord Shiva, how could he not differentiate the sun from a fruit? To resolve this query, let us delve into the spiritual meaning of this chaupai. It underlines the facts that Hanumanji is hungry. This reality is furtherly accentuated in the Sundarkand during his dialogue with Sita, where he says, "Little mother, I'm extremely hungry." Please note, Hanumanji is not just hungry, he is extremely hungry. It was not just that he did not get anything to eat during his journey to Lanka. Even after crossing the sea, when he reached the highest peak of the mountain in Lanka, there were various trees abundantly loaded with fruits. Hanumanji did not bother to touch them. Only after approaching Sita, on seeing her empathy, he expressed that he was extremely hungry and sought her permission to eat the fruits. Hunger is a necessity for life. Imagine we do not feel hunger at all. Will it make us happy that we're freed from the bother of preparing and eating food? Not all. On the contrary, we will consult a doctor who will prescribe medicine to restore the appetite. With sumptuous food, we will satiate the appetite and therefore feel happy and contented. Hunger is of 3 types. The first and elementary one is biological and is in the same of every individual. Be it rich or poor, handsome or ugly, wise or ignorant, virtuous or wicked, saint or devil, everyone has to satiate his hunger with food, which is again of 3 types. First, not tasty but satiating. 2, so much tasty that one is tempted to eat even when one is not hungry, which is waiting for you outside, very, very soon, not long to go. It brings disorder. 3, tasty and nourishing. It helps to build health. The biological hunger described above is not the only hunger which we experience. We as humans are a combination of body, mind and intellect. The way the body experiences hunger, mind and intellect too, have their own kinds of hunger. the hunger of body gets satiated with food, man also longs for love and respect. This longing is a hunger of the mind. Deprivation of love and respect renders him uncomfortable and retards his progress. We as human race are eternally indebted to ancient seers for nurturing the sense of belonging. Prehistoric man, Homo sapiens, were hardly different from animals. Wise seers inculcated the hunger for mutual love and respect by developing family bonds and social ties. This laid the foundation for the emotional growth of the human race. Even in the modern age, social workers who strive to serve the underdeveloped communities in remote areas are in fact igniting hunger for emotional bond amongst the tribals. Once that it's done, the people automatically take a progressive path to social and family living. Over and above the need for love and respect, the mind also seeks joy. Desire for entertainment is not bad per se, however its sole purpose cannot be titillation, but should also aim at nourishing and evolving the mind. The source of entertainment should be positive with thought-provoking ideas. The ultimate hunger of the mind is the desire for peace. All the efforts to gain wealth, name, fame, power, etc. are focused only on one point, to attain peace. On attaining all of these, the peace still goes on the trip of renouncing everything. The bottom line is whether by attaining or renouncing, man aims to have peace. Finally, we come to intellectual hunger. If this is not taken care of, in spite of all of the above, a man feels a void within. His intellectual hunger manifests in a desire to know the truth. The search for the ultimate truth is three-dimensional. First, the truth of the self. Who am I? What is my real identity? Number 2, the truth of the universe. What is the world around me? How and why is it created? What is my association with it? 3, the truth of the Creator. Who created the universe and me? How am I related to it, and what are my obligations towards the Creator? For the balanced growth of an individual, it is essential that all the 3 types of hunger are experienced and satiated too. With this background, it's now absolutely clear that Hanumanji's leap towards the sun is symbolic of intellectual hunger. He seeks supreme truth. The sun signifies light of knowledge. Vedic seers proclaim this universal hunger on behalf of the entire human race in the Britannic Upanishad. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityu ma amritam gamaya. I am in a state of non-reality, lead me to reality. I am of darkness of ignorance, lead me to the light of knowledge. I am mortal because of this physical existence, lead me to immortality, beyond my bodily existence, salvation. This grand hunger inspires and motivates Hanumanji to take a quantum leap towards the source of knowledge, the sun. This is elucidated in the explanation of the 7th chaupai here. Lord Sun imparted knowledge to Hanumanji. Okay, next chaupai. We're just going to do 2 more chaupais, then we'll have our food outside, okay?